What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Lost Records Journal, Play One Visible's Lost Records Focus podcast. This is episode 33, Side B, the second part. I am one of your co-hosts, Judge Riaz, and I have my co-host here, the synthesizer-less Adam Evalt, the Eagle of the Abyss.
Yes, I am a broke bird, if you will. Always drooling over the synthesizers, but never having the Skrilla.
Exactly, that's it. And
Yes.
if you want to get those references, you need to watch the last episode part,
Yeah.
because that's the main thing. This is what he does as the Eagle of the Abyss. He comes into people's houses, steals their keyboards with his talons, and then just like flies away. He's like, goodbye. And people are screaming in the clouds, being like, give me back my keyboard. And he's just flying away. It's like, no, the Abyss needs this. So the next time you go to the Abyss, the music starts playing from it. It's like,
Okay.
boom.
It's just me and my 82 synthesizers. Yes.
That exactly. You can put it in
Yeah.
there, keep mixing it, add layers to the Abyss. The music comes out of it.
You give me a lot to think about, and I might just do that. So, Nat Walker, you might want to keep those on lock. You might want to keep those like on a chain because I could be swooping in with my little talents and scooping up that all of them, all of your
Exactly.
Rollins. Yeah.
Exactly. So Nat Walker will have none left of that. But yeah, we're back, guys. Obviously, Side A is available. It's on podcast services. It's available on YouTube, so do go and check that out. Before we start as well, one more time as well, please do drop a subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the videos, share with your friends, help support the channel. We're almost at 1,900 subscribers. And also as well, the Lost Records Journal is available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify with the video version, and we're also available on Apple Podcasts and all the podcast services. On Spotify, we've got about 144 followers. We've got 35 five-star ratings, so please do rate us. It helps boost our visibility, and you get instant access to the episodes as soon as they become available, i.e., for example, like this one. Also, as well, one more time as well, if you are new here and you come into this episode first instead of the Side A, we are recording on the 1st of June, just to let you know. And also, this is episode 33, not 32. We have an interview with Amelia Sargisson that will come out, who is Nora in Lost Records. That will come out first. And we actually recorded that earlier, so we recorded that on the 31st of May. So just to give you a bit of context and FYI. But we are recording here. If you don't see anything in this episode, it might be in Side A, or it'll be in the next podcast episode. So stay tuned. Adam, we've got quite a few topics to talk about here, a couple of things and things that you will also like. So should we kick things off here?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Yes, we are going to do this. So I'm going to go to our Twitter page here, or the X, whatever it's freaking called nowadays. And just some little bit of details here, Adam, as well, from Mr. Michel Koch.
Yes.
I kind of want to stick with this one first, which is that Michel spoke here as well, saying he was on the Gone Gold podcast. We talked about this on StrangeCast as a side B, where we did a lot of these, and I've pulled out a couple more because I feel like these are more Lost Records centric, and obviously the games that we can talk a bit more spoilers in here. So, Adam, there's a couple of bullet points here, and I think the main one, which is obviously, as you can see on the screen if you're watching the video version, it's the movie palace. And Michel said it in there as well in the interview. He said, like, Magic Eye Book is one of his favorite artifacts from the 1990s in Lost Records. Obviously, we know why you don't like it. But the other main point was this one, Adam, where it says that he wished that the Don't Nod Montreal team could go into the video store so they could head inside. It was planned early in production, but legal limitations, i.e., using fake movies instead of real names and constraints, which I think in itself,
That's weird. Wait, you can't use fake names under. Like, really? You can't make up a fake movie name? That's weird. Did I read that wrong?
no. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. Legal limitations. So, for example, in the game, obviously, you see all those references into different movies near Movie Palace. They obviously did that for limitations purposes. But if you went into the Movie Palace in the game and they had it, they can't just put movie names in there because they are under legal limitations because they have to buy the rights for them. So they'd have to
Oh,
they could basically have a store full with fake names, but then
yeah, okay.
obviously you're kind of sitting there thinking like, it's kind of like it's fake
Gotcha.
names.
Yeah,
So
okay,
that's why they
okay.
pulled it.
Gotcha, okay. So if you're gonna basically what he's saying is like if we were gonna do it, we were gonna do it right. And if we didn't do it right, then not at all. So I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. Also it would take like a lot of like time just think of like a bunch of like just fill a whole movie place with fake names. That takes a lot
Yeah,
of writing time. So um
artwork as well.
artwork, all that. So yeah, I can understand why you would pull that. Yeah.
It would have been cool, but then also as well in the next topic as well, which we'll talk about, is from Michel. It would have slowed the pacing down even more. And then on
Mhm.
top of that, we only really visit the movie palace once. So it's like it's not even a
Yeah.
disposable asset you can use again and appear later in the game. Because like where are you going to fit it in later parts of the game? Because like that it's a setup for getting
Mm.
into that part of the story. So I feel like they made the right decision of it. Obviously, it would have been sweet going in there, and they probably would have made it pretty like
Mm.
cool with all the other things. But this is, for example, where you're a Don't Nod team and you don't have a AAA
Yeah.
budget, and it's like we have to keep it grounded. So I think like it's a good decision that they got rid of it, and they just like obviously had the movie palace there with all the other little bits around it, which is quite nice anyway, and to record it. But
Yeah.
I think naturally it probably would have caused a lot more problems if they'd done it because as you said as well, if you had all fake names, it's a bit like
Yeah.
and you're designing all the covers for it, it's like
Yeah,
not worth it.
exactly. Not really worth it, but, would have been cool. Would have been a cool nostalgia factor, but I understand why, you know?
For sure, for sure. And Adam, this is one of the more bigger parts of this anyway. This is again from the same interview as well, Michel. Michel kind of spoke about the criticisms that were aimed at the game. So obviously, tape one was long, obviously, slow paced criticism, and it was more about so players immersed themselves with the quartet and the world. Michel said, "quote unquote," it was a tough decision. End quote. So it's like more of an apostrophe quotation where I've just paraphrased him. He put needed the slowness, quote unquote, for people to connect with the quartet mirroring the 90s of the days of being longer slash summer vibes and endless summer end quote, like kind of a endless summer thing.
Mm.
So Michel's kind of like spoken about the criticism. Obviously, it was very much leveled towards the first tape because it was slow in pacing. I'm still not bothered by the pacing because, like, obviously for me, the more contemporary example is Death Stranding, which has obviously now got a sequel coming out in June. And Kojima's
This
is kind
month.
of, what's up?
This month.
Yeah,
We are
I'm very
in
excited for
June.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, we will not be seeing me. Adnan will be on the
Yes.
beach. That's where he's going to be. Goodbye. See you later. No more content ever. I'm gone.
Yes.
Um, but like I understand it because like I've not really been following the Death Stranding coverage because I'm trying to go in really blind.
Mm.
And I've seen parts of it, and obviously, I think one thing that Kojima said, where it's like he's obviously like Sony's happy with the reception so far because people like playing it and they're enjoying it. And the reviews are coming in like 40% at least people have played and they're buzzing off it. And obviously, it feels like they've added other things to speed up the pace. A big criticism for Death Stranding was it's a walking simulator, and oh, it's just a delivery package game, and oh, it's like this. And even now, as well, I'll say as well, because I appear on his channel, podcast now, Alex as well is playing it, and I'm watching his tweets, and he is loving every moment as he's getting into this. And I'm
Yes.
like, welcome to the club, Alex. You are
Yeah.
always welcome as part of,
Yeah.
you are welcome to join our brotherhood as it is. Me and Thomas Merch standing here in the background. We're
Mm.
like, yes, welcome to the brotherhood. I bring that up because like I've never really had an issue with pacing. It's like saying like Gone Home's too slow. I'm like, come on, man. It's telling a point. You have to be
It
slow.
has everything to do with our culture nowadays, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
sound like an old fart at 34 years old, um, but it really takes you back to, like, where we are nowadays.
Yeah.
With Netflix and all that, like, I'm saying Netflix, TikTok, because it's all just instant gratification. It
Yeah.
is just instant. Like, I have to know the moment now. And again, like we talked about it before with Netflix having a second screening. Like they write the show
Mm,
to second screen it. You don't have the tactile patience of anybody else. And I say that I'm not trying to say this in a very like condescending way, like, oh, you kids wouldn't understand. But we have been raised in a culture where it's like, if I don't get it now, right? Like, take for example, VHS tapes, you know,
mm,
when you like the whole phrase, be kind, rewind. When you finish a movie, you have to be patient enough to like
yeah.
rewind the movie before you put in another movie, right? And then like
Yeah.
make sure that like oh, the patience of like if you got the movie and it's not rewound, crap, now I gotta wait for that. Which the great invention when when I got one of these, the rewinder, the separate
Yeah.
so you can eject it, put it into the tape rewinder so you can put it in the next one. The original binge watching, mind you.
Yeah.
So, um, I say all this to make the point that I think a lot of people don't like slow paced things because they're not actually slow paced. It's just that
No.
we're in a time and an era where if you don't like this right away, move on to the next via Game Pass, via the PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
right? If I don't like this game, I'll just delete it and go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Or like with Netflix. oh, I don't like this one, press the back button and then select another thing. TikTok, I don't like this video, just swipe up. Like, it's just kind of like, if I'm not instantly gratified within, I'm gonna say it, like 30 seconds,
20
60
seconds.
seconds, then you're moving on. So, uh, we've kind of left this station of being patient for something. So it sucks, but I'm glad Michel is like sticking his cleats into the ground. You know,
Yeah,
his spikes, if you will, his spikes into the pitch. Do you call them spikes or do you call them cleats over there?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Oh, you don't you cover soccer?
What's cleats?
The Are we having a moment right now? Okay,
I think we're
so
having a moment.
yeah, so like you know how football players have the little shoes on to go into the pitch. What
The
do you call those?
boots. They
You
call them
call them?
boots.
Oh yeah, you do call them boots. I'm not shocked. Yeah, yeah, I do. You do
Like,
call them boots.
my
So
life was flashing before my eyes. Then I was like, "What have I done wrong here?" Like, no, it's boots.
boots. Yeah. So he's sticking his boots into the pitch, and he's really sticking his ground with this one. Like, no, this is
Yeah,
my vision. I'm going to do it. So even he's saying it's like, no, I wanted to be long and dragged on. That was my vision. So
yeah,
um, I think we all need to like be patient with a lot of different things and just have some time with things. You know,
yeah.
you
And that's not.
yeah, go for it.
No, I was gonna say that's not condescending either. I don't think
Mm,
if you said that be patient someone, that's not condescending, and that's not an unfair remark to make because, like as you said, everything you said that's perfect because I think you literally at every point of like, if you don't like Castergarden, you can skip and go on to Taylor Swift. If you don't
mhm.
like Lost Records Journal, you can literally click off it. You see the YouTube algorithm; it'll tell you the time. Even when people do podcasts, they do the
Yeah.
montage before it because they want people to watch the 30-second hook
Oh,
and then stick with the
don't get me
podcast.
started about music right now because like people are saying, "Oh, is this song a no skip?" Not like
Yeah,
a no skip on an album, a no skip song. Like they skip over parts of a
yeah,
song, dog. And I'm like,
and
yo,
you have that thing with albums where you have the part of the next song at the end of it. So some
mhm,
songs in albums they want you to listen into continuity where the start of the track will play at the end of that one and it goes onto it. Now you
that's
just
what I do
shuffle
with
it.
my albums. Yeah.
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 And
Yeah, if you shuffle it, and that's the other thing, like, Dreamwalker had commented when he was listening to my music on Cast Garden that like, "Oh, these aren't really made to be singles," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, my vision is I've always loved albums. I loved listening through albums
yeah.
and, like, seeing the context and how it builds. So all of my music, sometimes I will release singles every now and again because I
Mhm.
feel like it, but, like, my albums, my vision is you listen to this in continuity.
Yeah.
The album I'm making right now will be in continuity. You won't be able to, like, listen to it singles, right?
Yeah.
Um, but that's where we are right now. It's all about singles, and it's dumb. I hate it. I hate the music industry right now, but no, I'm like Michel Koch. Me and Michel Koch are the same person, essentially.
The
Um,
worlds need to unite when that happens. That's what's
yeah.
gonna happen. It's gonna
But
be great.
I always stick my boots into the pitch, and I'm like, "No, this is my vision, and I'm sticking to it."
Yeah.
Michael Kolch is, sticking to his vision, and yeah, I appreciate that about ours. Like, "Hey, this is what I wanna make.
Mhm.
Suck it." I don't know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you want me Michael Koch is gonna be watching this scene as a tip his cowboy hat at you.
Tip is
And be like,
cowboy hat, like,
"That's what we're
"Partner."
gonna do." Yeah. No, but I think it's a bigger part of the conversation, what you're saying, where it's like it's spot on because, like, for example, 2 days ago, I watched The Godfather 1 and Godfather Part 2 in one day, and they are
Oh,
seminal masterpieces.
yes.
Like, they are slow. No one nowadays, no generation would watch that because of how slow it
Mhm.
is. But it's like a seminal masterpiece. It doesn't insist upon itself, as Family Guy would say
Yes.
with Peter. It is fantastic from start to finish. Like I was watching, I was like, every moment of this scene is amazing. This shot is brilliant. The writing's fantastic, and you need that as well because, as you said as well, I think that's getting lost in games and in films and TVs where it's like immediate, throw something out there. It has to
And
start like
music,
that
just
because
entertainment, games, everything, all of entertainment just throws it at you. The
yeah,
TikTokification of songs where it's just like a clean 15, I have to have it now
yeah.
in your face. And it's like, chill, man. You
And you need time with people as well. Like, imagine trying to do the story and like setting up with Swan knowing the other characters. You'd be like, what? They
Yeah.
have to meet in that unnatural environment. That is a natural experience, but maybe again, that's from our bygone era of the 90s.
Now, it is not to say that if something doesn't catch you, like, within, like, let's say with games, right? Because
Yeah.
the average game is, like, maybe, like, 20 hours. If it doesn't catch you in 5, 7 hours, I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say, like, stick to everything. Even, Ryan Holiday, a great philosopher, author, has once
Mhm,
said, and I like this rule. He says, 100-page rule. As you're reading a book, right?
mhm.
The first 100 pages minus your age, and then if it doesn't catch you, so I'm 34, so it's, 100 minus 34, which is, 66 pages. Am I stupid? I might be stupid.
Mm,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
66.
enter the math conversation. No.
I might be stupid. But yeah, so, if it doesn't catch my attention in 66 pages based on my age, move on to the next book, you know? If
Yeah.
it really doesn't grab you, it's not like not the first chapter, but the first 66 pages. The older you
Mhm.
get, the less time you have to waste. So, but, like, there's a middle ground between, I gave it a go versus, "Oh, it didn't catch me in the first hour, so I mean, it
Yeah.
didn't catch me in the first 30 minutes, so I'm gonna." There's a middle ground we need to capture, so
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's my rant. I'm sorry. I just
No,
as an
it's
artist, I'm pissed about the entertainment industry right now.
no, it's fair because, like, I think I always believe that, for example, even if you review something, you don't have to finish the game if you don't want to, but you still
Mm,
have to play, like, a large chunk of it, and one of the things that I always remember is it's the same with Final Destination 5, where the way that film went out because people were like, "It was saved by the ending, the twist and stuff," and it's like, but the rest of the film was bad. And if you don't get to that point where the twist is, that's not enough to save a film because people will bail on it a lot earlier because it's not good quality. But
mhm,
then with this as well, like you have to spend time in it, you have to spend time in the world. The same with Death Stranding. You have to pace yourself and bring yourself back to being like,
yeah,
okay, I need to just accept it for what it is and go from it. If it doesn't get better within 5 or 6 hours, sign off, leave it. Four
yeah,
or 5 hours, get off it. Then it's fine. But you need to immerse yourself in that world and go from it. And when you said when people want instant gratification, this kind of bounces off what we said about doing the tape free conversation and people were doing it. And it wasn't me saying that. And when we were talking about, it, I was like, it's not us gatekeeping and saying you shouldn't be excited. Be excited because it's great to see people wanting a sequel and like wanting something. It's just more about the conversation. We were saying it's two tapes, so there's no tape free manifestation of this game. There might be a direct sequel to that game so that you can enjoy that. It might have a continuity
yeah,
link with it. But then also as well, it comes across as like that entitlement because like also the team at Don't Nod need to rest as well. They've just put out a game. You need to kind of charge your like creativity, get the next project in going. What you do next, maybe it is based on fan feedback. Maybe they see all your love and affection for Cat and they're like, yeah, screw it, let's make a direct sequel. But they need time dunes to go away from it. People are like, get the next game out now. I saw
yeah,
the June the Abyss one where you talk about it. It's like the Abyss video. People are like, it's gonna be, oh, I can't believe it wasn't a DLC component. It's like these people are people. They are
yeah,
developers. They are so like that's like Adam putting an album out. And it's like, oh, where's the next album, Adam? He's like, I kind of want to be left alone a little bit because I need to go
yeah,
away and make my music and like have a bit of thing. Everyone gets a bit of fatigue. Even with podcasts, we've done it where we stopped a bit because it's like let's recharge now and let's have a bit of a break and do stuff. So yeah, I think the criticism is just not as good. And also as well, and it's kind of end on my point here as well. It's lost all meaning in reviews now as well, where it's like it's slow paced because anyone just labels anything as slow paced, and it's
yeah,
like cool. Maybe you can make a conversation later in the game where it's like, oh, actually, it's too fast paced here, and maybe this part needs to be a bit slow. But now everyone's just like, oh, it's slow to start with. It's like
yeah,
welcome to reading a book or reading a film. Does Voldemort turn up in the beginning of Harry Potter and kill everyone? No, he doesn't. They set the foundation for explaining
yeah,
who he is. The guy doesn't turn up properly until the fourth book, properly
mhm,
as a character. You need
yeah,
foundation, exposition. You need to build this thing. And then when you get to a next game with Swann and other characters who I imagine will reappear, you have exposition on them. You have knowledge of who they are, and it can be
yeah,
either working as a standalone sequel or as a direct sequel. So I think his responses were fine. I think he did it more eloquent than we would because I know what your response would
yes,
be in doing that. So Adam, last part as well, quickly on the Michel part, and I just thought I'd bring it in to kind of fold in the last part. You also said about the characters. So you said creating a character is quote unquote hit or miss. Michel writes stories that are a quote unquote character first
mm,
approach in mind. He said we always think characters are keys to make sure that any story is great I have a thing that if you don't have great characters, you can't tell great stories, which
Mm,
I think would probably definitely resonate with you because you read a lot of books as well,
yeah.
and you probably like would feel all these hitting you.
Yeah, no, it's kinda like, who would make music without vocals?
Yeah,
What a moron that person would be.
yeah,
Um, but no, like, it is, like, characters in a story, it's just, like, it is very plot driven. I even think about the book, like you said, I just read Between Two Fires. Between Two Fires is
mhm,
very character driven, and that story drives forward because of these people's flaws, like each
yeah,
character's flaws, and that's what drives the story really, really forward. Same thing with this. If you don't have a story that's very character driven, where does it really go? You know,
yeah.
um, I've read books that like I've sold back. Um, this is gonna be a hot take from me. Um,
Oh,
I did not care for Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. That is a
mm,
yeah. I know some people who really, really, really love that book. Um, I've even spoken to Erica Mori, and she's liking it. And everybody I've spoken to loves Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow again. Um, I don't love it. I
that's
don't like those
interesting. You say
characters.
about Erica Mori though, because Erica Mori is a big book reader as well, and she likes it.
Yes.
And you,
She loves it. She says she's loving
really?
it. Yeah, and I'm just like, I this is a hot take because everybody's like, "You gotta read it. You gotta read it." I hated it. I gave it I gave it, I gave it 175 pages, and then I just gave up on it. I was like,
Um,
yeah, I got pretty good chunk into it, and I'm like, "No, I'm
yeah,
not feeling it." So and that it goes back to my thing of just, like, I gave it a few chapters. I think I
yeah,
175 is, like, over a quarter way of the
yeah.
book. Now just, like, I don't like it. I don't like these characters. I think all these characters just I hate them. I hate them so much, so
Oh, the worst.
yeah,
That's like horror movie trope 101 where you hate all the main characters. It's like I want all
yeah,
these people to die because I hate them.
yeah,
But it's like when you look at the opposite, when you watch Scream, for example, you want Nev Campbell and Sydney Prescott to live because she's a
yes,
great character. But then other ones, you're like, I want that person to be like ended. That's what I want. It's
yes,
just like I want it to be gone. And that's the worst part. And it's like with this as well, you have a very small bunch of characters. So you have Dylan, who I wish we had more time with because I think that would have been an
mhm,
interesting character. And even
yeah,
Michelle said that. But then you have Dylan, you have the four girls, you have Gus, Pam, Corey, very small cast, and they're written for the purposes. They're in the story, they play
mhm,
a part of it, and we go from there. So it's like, perfect from that. And Adam, actually, I was going to scrap this, but I'll put it in quickly because it'll give you a bit more exposition on this
ooh,
as well. And it's from that, it's the final part of the Michelle interviews. But here, considered early in development, they were thinking of quote unquote going the route end quote of licensing a lot of 90s tracks that create the 90s mood. Michelle felt the approach quote unquote was not exactly the attention of the game. The main theme is about friendship rather than music. Because obviously it has a seminal soundtrack, but obviously
absolutely.
they are going for that theme. And it basically bounced off that last point. They are so good at telling stories and stuff, don't know. So I think he's really hit home with that. And the characters are great. Like I love
Oh,
Swan. I
yeah.
love all the girls. I think they're great for that purposes. So no, very interesting interview though, nonetheless. So Adam, should we go into our next piece? I think this is our last main piece
Yeah,
from
let's do
this
it.
part as well, and I think you'll find it interesting. Some little parts while you saw one of these pieces parts on
Mm,
Blue Sky because that's how you react to it. So,
ooh,
Adam, Nora Kelly from the Nora Kelly Band has done an interview with American songwriter. So it's on the 27th of May. Only going to read the couple of early parts because Lost Records is mentioned here. And I'm sure this part will definitely entertain Adam. So they said, how did you get involved in Lost Record? Lost Record, not Lost Records. Where is the S there?
oh, look at
This
that.
is Michel Koch is putting his hat down at this point. He's like, no,
Yeah.
no, no cowboy, not liking
Huh,
that. Bloom Rage soundtrack after Rodeo Clown 2023. Nora Kelly said here in response, Don't Nod, the video game company behind Lost Records Bloom Rage, actually reached out to me on drumroll Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
There we go. At first, I thought it was a scam because I had already received a scam email that day. But it turned out they were a Montreal-based company and were very real. They liked my previous band, Dish Pit,
Yes.
which was a Riot Girl post-punk
Right,
band,
cool. Yes. They
and
forgot the
there's
L
just
in that "er."
oh, did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
look at that, right, "ger."
this
They
is just some
there
big
there needs to be
gurring.
an L in there, yeah.
There's some big gurring here on the oh god. Anyway,
Yeah.
Adam, final parts here as well, just a bit more kind of insight into obviously See You in Hell. Obviously, there was a storyline in the video game. You had the reference of for See You in Hell. Did you find yourself writing it more conceptually, or did it come together differently once you get started? Nora Kelly said here, first, I went to the video game company, the video game company office, and played an early version of the game while the staff told me about the plot and its characters. When I sat down to write the lyrics, I tried to put myself in the mindset of the character who writes the band's lyrics, Kat. She's younger than her other friends, most knowledgeable about the most knowledgeable about Riot Girl. The L is there now, and
Right.
loves Bikini Kill, L7, and Hole. I thought she would write an angsty political song that would probably be a little melodramatic. The
Mm.
lyrics are directed at her older sister's boyfriend who's been bullying her friends and treating her sister badly. And then just some final parts as well here with the song as well. Did you evolve the song early? Did you evolve? Did the song evolve from your early demo for the final version? I always write my songs on my acoustic guitar in my bedroom and then take them to the band. Sonically speaking, See You in Hell changed a lot once the drum and bass were involved. That's when the song became truly punk. During the time I was between jam spaces, and so we had to pay $20 to rent a rehearsal space in a dingy, beer soaked building when we wanted to work on the song.
Yeah, I was about to
And then
say
finally,
$20 an hour, you're gonna get what you pay for, yeah.
yeah. Do you know what? It's as rustic as it gets, this entire section that she's talking about
Mhm.
here, and it adds to the charm of the song as well, so it's very much on point. And then last part as well, Adam, here, sonically, what did you capture of the song? We wanted to capture the 90s and did a lot of fun things to achieve this. For example, when I played the electrical guitar, we had it coming out of two DIs and two different amps to create a fat wall of sound. For the
Mm.
drums, Ethan Solly, has his hard and heavy has his hard and heavy with large boomy toms. The bass was recorded with an IV preamp, something that's known to be part of Steve Albini's signature sound.
Yes,
Our
Albanese.
final ni- our final 90s ingredient was to double my vocals on the chorus. So that's all part of the interview. Adam, start with that last section. That was a lot of music stuff there. Could you break it down for me? Because you have much more musical insight.
Yeah, so they're going off of, basically the way you stack sounds, the way sounds are created.
Yeah,
Um, like, you see a lot of, like, early 2000s, punk bands, like, they have that same kind of sound, like, post-punk, like, they have that same
yeah,
kind of general sound, like Fall Out Boy, Paramore. They have that same kind of guitar sound. That's because they were
yeah,
using the same kind of recording software. I believe I sent you a video about that where it's like, "Oh, this is how you're gonna get the guitar sound." They went through an explanation of that because everybody was recording through that recording software.
yeah.
Um, you're gonna get sounds by stacking different preamps and different pedals and all that. So if you want like a certain 90s sound, you have to, like they said, you have to fat wallet. You have to get Steve Albini. Why does that name sound familiar to me?
I did
Steve
look it up before I did the graphic. I can't remember
Steve
Um,
Albini. Oh, he's an audio engineer. So who did he okay. Who did he work
Big
with?
Black, Ray,
Hey, look at that. Yeah,
the R
so
Man. Oh, that's an interesting name.
yeah, so he probably is a sound engineer that's worked with many different artists. Credits on artist release. So artist Urge Kill, Naked Ray Gun. Yeah, so he's probably like done a lot of like oh, the Jesus Lizard. There you go. But yeah, he's probably done a lot of sound engineering. Yeah, he's the credit for being an engineer. What a sound engineer does is create the vibe on certain songs. So what they will do is go into a sound and mix it, stack songs, make it have a certain vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like all the good sounds, like if you think that Bruno Mars is really good, that's because he has a really excellent sound engineer to make every instrument the same frequency so that it matches his vocals in the same way that he sings out. What I'm trying to get at is that if you want a punk sound, you can't just plug in guitar to set amp. You have to combine certain amps and preamps. Like they said, the
Mm.
IVP preamp has to go in. Um, it can't be just one amp, one guitar. It's a stack of sounds. So yeah.
So, in my really terrible music thing, is this, for example, what Nat Walker did when he's on his keyboard and he's like
Yes.
adding the layers to it? Right. Okay.
So when Nat Walker starts saying like it's layered with pads and strings onto one, going through a Novation super pad, like and then you remember that one time like he was messing with a dial.
Oh yeah.
So that's a guitar pedal that's stacking a sound onto the keyboard that he has, and
Mhm.
that way he gets a certain vibe.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, it's not to say that like it's not to say if you wanna be and this is like I'm talking to all the, like, musicians, audio engineers that wanna be, in the industry as I am
Mhm.
not in the industry. Um, there's no shame in using presets either. Like, we
Yeah.
saw the Gorillaz creator, who I'm losing his name, I'm bad with names.
The band
Uh,
Gorillas.
yeah, the band Gorillaz. Um, the creator of that, he revealed in a pretty viral
Um, Damon Albarn or Jamie Halbert?
Damon. Yeah, Damon did it.
Damon.
So, there's a pretty viral video of Damon saying like, "Oh, you know the Clint Eastwood beat like dun 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 dun." That's out of like, did you see that video where he just like presses a button onto like the keyboard? He's like, "Yeah, that's how we got the beat." There's this old like I believe it was like a Casio, like an old Casio he got in a garage sale and he
Yeah.
pressed the beat button and there was the beat for Gorillaz. Like that's how it is. Like, oh, sometimes you just find a sound. Um,
Um, John Carpenter, Halloween. Dun, dun,
yes.
dun, dun.
Da, da, da,
Like,
da, da, da. There's a running joke, like even for the soundtrack to Jaws from John Williams, it uses essentially just three keys as it is.
yeah.
Um, so what I'm trying to get is that like sometimes you have to be creative, sometimes you get inspired from certain things, sometimes you will just find a sound through a certain
Mhm.
preamp. But yeah, run of the mill, you just create sounds. You just dick around until you find something. Um, that's all it is. That's probably what they were doing in that dingy garage. Like they just stacked amps until they found their sound and dick around and find a sound.
And you know what as well? I like the fact that it's got that rustic charm of Nora Kelly, because if you,
Yeah,
like, look at Nora Kelly's, like, vibe and the way that she does music, it's like it make like, Nat Walker, it's like, obviously, like, you look at Nat Walker, Adam Miller, Ruth Radley, like, that dream pop synth thing that Michel loved, that's great, and then obviously,
of course.
like,
Yeah.
Luke would love stuff like this, where it's like that rustic charm of, like, Nora Kelly Band making music the way that they do. And then also, again, it reminds me of that thing where you told me, like, Kojima, where it's like he's just sitting at his desk doing, like, editing. It's like this is what you'd expect Nora Kelly to do, where she's like doing it in like a really rustic environment, set the standard of it, because it comes across as
Yes.
like really grungy riot girl kind of like style thing. You see it when they do the entire concert in the first tape. It comes across as like that, like really like the way it happens. It's like that's the way that sound matches the way the music is made, and that's like
And
perfect for it.
if you want to know, Dish Pit is on Bandcamp, and that is the only album cover they have. It's a dog on a couch. If you want to do that, so
Yeah.
Dish Pit over on Bandcamp.
There you go. Nora Kelly's all her stuff is on like Bandcamp. Same with like Milk and Bone and stuff. So the music's all on those smaller platforms, like
Yeah.
because they are small creators as well. So it's nice to see those kind of incentives. But no, it's interesting to see the insight that she gave through it, and it's like obviously it matches the tone of the game and the way that things happen as well. And obviously it makes sense that Cat is the inspiration. The song is the way it is embedded in the game. But I thought it was pretty interesting.
Whoa! Hold up.
If you know.
Hold. Okay, so I found Steve Albini. I found out why I know Steve Albini. He was the producer, mixer, and engineer for a pretty viral album, a pretty like important album in the 90s, In Utero by Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the producer, mixer, and engineer of In Utero. So that's
Yeah.
how I know his name. So yeah, there you go. I was like, why do I know that name? But yeah, that's
Which it
very
matches that style of like Nirvana. This like
yes.
obviously See You in Hell. It's not the exact. I'm not saying it's the don't direct comparison. They're completely different in certain respects, but it has that style to it though of what it's doing. The
Yes.
dun, dun, it's like that music adds to it. No, it's interesting to see her perspective on Nora Kelly and when she was talking about the song. And again, it fits in with that charm of being very rustic and kind of the the vibe of that game. Obviously, we had a pleasure of speaking to Amelia about it and hearing her rendition of the song, which is always really funny as well. But no, I thought it was a great interview, and it's really interesting to see your insight on that. Adam, should we go for a quick round of miscellaneous? Then we can do Rage Records, and then we will be done for our second part.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go to flea market.
You went to a flea market.
Yeah, Liz
Will you
wants to
see
go to the
this
flea
at a
market.
flea market?
What the hell is that?
So our first piece of miscellaneous news. This is from Marin, obviously, who is Don't Nod Montreal's
I
senior
imagine
brand
that's how
manager.
you smile in pictures too.
Me?
Yeah, you.
That's rude. Why would you say that to me? That's like,
Because I'm an asshole.
oh well, thank you for that. I was going to say this reminds me of Uncanny Valley, but I'll refrain from saying that. But Adam, yes, as you can see here, Marin on the 22nd of May has said, the senior brand manager at Don't Nod Montreal. But throwback to me when we started to get the mood system implemented in Lost Records. This has been my
Yes.
PC background since then. And if you're listening to it, it's Swann Holloway doing a very interesting.
Little
What would you,
smile
how
there.
would you describe that? Smile, or is it like a?
I would describe it as nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it's like, do you know that scene in The Simpsons where Homer has the hooks in his
Yeah.
cheeks when
It's
Flanders is running
like
it, but one of the hooks missing?
it's like a smirk, but not really. It's
Yeah.
like you're holding back a fight, you know?
It's,
You're on the toilet, you're going in for a fight. You pull out this smile right here, your go-to move when
yeah,
one one last little squeak is coming out, you know?
that's the one, isn't it? And as you can see here as well, if we scroll up, Michel Koch as well on 23rd of May came out and it's just put, look how they massacred my girl. He went from Michel
Look
Koch
what
to
they did to my boy.
yeah, he went to Vito Corleone there. That's what he's doing. He's taking the top hat off, got his suit
Yeah.
on, put his cat in his lap, and he's like, look at how they massacred my girl. So I feel for you, Michelle. But yeah, very, very funny though. I love seeing these little things. Hopefully, more stuff comes out behind the scenes. They keep revealing for us.
Yep.
Adam, other piece as well, 28th of May, Kid Katana Records has shown off. We can show the inside of the Abyss. Sorry, we can't show
Mm,
the inside of the Abyss, but we can show the inside of our gatefold. Admire the
mm.
beautiful sunset of At Play Lost Records' Velvet Cove by obviously none other than Sam Bradley while spinning your copy. And you can see the video inside as well, and that's obviously the key art from the game of the girls hanging their feet off the
Yes.
ledge. And it looks amazing because obviously we've been following this, and obviously the vinyl is coming very soon, and I'm very much looking forward to picking this up, Adam, when it comes, because it'll be great. And then Adam, one more piece here. Did I miss one off? Actually, I think I missed one off here.
Mm,
Yes,
nope.
I did.
Wait,
Oh,
yes, you
actually, oh
did.
no,
Yes.
I'll come on to that in a second. Apologies, I thought it was in the Twitter thing. Last piece, at least from the Twitter one as well, Adam, as you can see, Milk and Bone, Laurence Lafond-Beaulne, and Camille Poliquin have shared more behind the scenes stuff from their music video, The Abyss. And the track obviously was released earlier this month. So as you can see here, I'm hoping to play the music. Nope. Yep, it has. Thank you. There goes the copyright. Anyway, you can see that. They are on the set of The Abyss, which was there. And you can see Victoria Diamond there as well, who was in the video. She's Dylan.
Nice.
And there's some more photos there, which is quite cool for the listeners. So I'm going to stop sharing there. And then Adam, last one, because I feel like I have to do this as well, because I think you'll also like this as well, because it is in your musically wheelhouse of things as you do.
Yes.
So we're going to grab it here. It's on Don't Know Montreal's LinkedIn page as well. 2 days ago, they put here as well. I'm going to read the English version, obviously. Our amazing sound designer, Julien Goyon, just released his second album, Seasons, today. Our equally
Mm.
amazing environment artist, Joyce Silva, designed the beautiful cover art. If you're into lo-fi and folk, this one's for you. We're constantly in awe at our team's talent, both their work at Don't Nod Montreal and in their personal projects. And yes, this is on Bandcamp. Just going to put it out there because I know Adam will ask, as you
Yeah,
can see here.
wait, did they say my name? Hold up.
No, I didn't say your name. I'm just saying it's because of you. That's why.
Okay, I am looking it up, and sure enough, Season says that. Wait a second.
Be over here on screen
Hold,
for you.
yeah, wait a second. Composer, beat maker. I feel like I've seen this album somewhere else. Hold on. Hold on.
What you saying?
Hold. Let me see something real quick. No, not there. Boo boo boo. Boom, boom. I've
He's
definitely
lost it.
seen that. Yeah. No, I definitely seen that cover
This
before. Maybe
album.
I've definitely seen that album cover somewhere. Maybe I've just, like, seen it around, like, someone else shared
It
it to
must be
me, but
yeah, because that's Joyce's artwork for it.
mm,
Um, but it might have been floating around in front of you.
yeah. But yeah,
Unless you saw
it
it in Blue Sky. Do you see in Blue Sky?
oh, probably did see it on Blue Sky. Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say someone from Don't Nod retweeted that for you. See.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
But as you can see there as well, Zran is a composer and beat maker, but also a sound designer in the video game industry, member of the rap band Supernova for 20 years. He is now pursuing his solo career with instrumental projects in which he invites a new number of musicians. And as you can see, all the links there, Bandcamp, among many other ones as well. And obviously, Joyce's wonderful artwork there, as it is.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously, great stuff from both Joyce and also Julien from working on it. So nice little projects they work on. So we thought we'd give it a shout out if you do want to check it out. Adam, we are done here. Should we move into Rage Records?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we'll move into Rage Records. We have two parts here. So we're taking two. We're taking one from side A and side B.
Mm,
KJL Kevin is not in this. I think he's in Strange. Maybe he's in the next Strange cast, but
thank God.
yes, he is not in this one again, so that's that. But Adam, first part, so from side A, this is from Sky 8907. So this is related to the Abyss one. So this is about the Abyss music video from that first part. So it was
Mm,
that there are some really interesting topics covered in this video. Thank you very much. At first, the Abyss video clip seemed unnecessary to me because of how the song is composed. It's just instrumental. But after seeing what the Milk Girls did, I like that nickname for them as well. I really liked it. It's extremely original, confusing, but also very interesting, and it adds even more to our theories. On the other hand, I understand the people who want a tape free, but asking
mm,
for it to come out the very next day is crazy.
yes.
It's crazy, haha. It's great that they remember what happened. It's great that they remember what happened with Metal Gear Solid 5. That game was wild, especially the ending. Personally, I found Snake's story sad, knowing Venom's final fate. And finally, how important art is in life, whether it's music, as Adam mentions, or anything else creative that frees you and helps you create. It's something truly essential in life. So that's our first
Mm,
one from Hingy, which I think was a very, very well put along many of those themes, and also mentioned Metal Gear, so maybe there was a little bit of bias picking that, but also spot on about Metal Gear with those as well, because that game is fantastic. Oh, what a time that was.
yes.
I'd go back to 2015 all day long. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Life is Strange. Oh my days. Those are the
Yes.
same year.
I was working
That
in
was
a
a great year for
GameStop
gaming.
when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, so, like, I remember the hype about that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are the days, man. I remember that was, again, that feels like a lifetime ago now. That was only 10
Mm,
years ago, and it's like feels like a different world. But yeah,
yeah.
oh god, yeah, but spot on with those comments as well. And yeah, I love the Milk and Bone music video. I think it's fantastic. That's my favorite song from the entire soundtrack. And you gave some really great perspective on them doing that kind of music video style
Yeah.
approach to it. And yeah, obviously Metal Gear Solid 5, the context very, very sad as well. A lot of trauma in there as well. How you do
Mm.
trauma. So I think it's a great comparison. And Adam, should we go into our second comment as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
So from this is from Side B, and this is from Marika. A lot of A's in there. And they said House of Leaves is an experience. So this is referring to Michel. We were going through Michel's interview that he did, and obviously Michel was talking about his inspirations. And House of Leaves was mentioned. Adam was raving about it.
Mm,
Definitely worth checking out. Just make sure you get a paperback. There's apparently an ebook too, but I can't imagine how it would even function.
yeah.
As a follow up to my previous comment, I think 1000 X Resist is a good game to recommend to any Life is Strange fan. It's a narrative adventure game, um, and it even has a similar mechanic like in Double Exposure, where you switch between timelines.
Mm,
1000 X Resist implements it seamlessly. Although I'm just going to call it Resist now. Although Resist is sci-fi, it has lots of slice of life moments like in Life is Strange, and the writing is honestly some of the best in video game medium. Yes, it's that good. It came out a year ago, and it is currently getting all the awards. It won the Peabody Award among many others, and it's currently being nominated for both the Nebula and Hugo Awards. Highly recommend. Highly recommend if you want an amazing narrative focused game. So that's
mm.
that. Adam, House of Leaves.
Yes, I am actually looking up House of Leaves on or, sorry, 1000 X Resist on Switch, so I will look at that later.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, good shout out for
Lovely.
1,000 X Resist. But yeah, House of Leaves.
Yeah.
I would like to thank the publicist of Marcy Danielewski, I believe is how you pronounce it. I was raving about this book on the last show, and funnily enough, the publicist Demetri, he reached out to
Woo.
us and said like, "Oh, glad you're raving about it. We would love to send you a copy because I've been looking at this book forever." The first time I found out about this book, I was playing through Night in the Woods, and I was like, I want to
Mm,
know about a book that's similar to Night in the Woods. And somebody recommended if you want like the spooks, right? Like a little like horror kind of thing, definitely House of Leaves. And I remember I checked it
yeah.
out, and like as you can see, like some pages are like that. Some pages are kind of like jib jab, and I was like, not right now. And every time I see it, I'm like, I want to get it, but just when I have more time and mental energy. But
Mm.
yeah, he reached out, said we would love to send you a copy. So I haven't started it yet because I'm in the middle of this book, What Remains of the Teak House. So once I finish this, I'll go to this. And then this is actually taking the place because I was going to read Why Buddhism is True and also The Wager. So these are going on the wayside. What I'm trying to say is that I have too much of a backlog in books,
Yeah.
but I will be taking my sweet time with House of Leaves. So I'm very happy that um I'm thank you Dimitri again for sending me a copy. I am going to take my sweet time with this. These are going to be burned into a fire. So thank you. Thank you Dimitri for burning books for me.
No, thank you to Dimitri as well. Obviously, like it was an incredible, pleasant surprise because we were talking about on StrangeCast, and Adam was loving it as well. And he's also sent me a copy, which I think will arrive at some other point, obviously across the pond. Bloody hell, time
Yes.
takes for ages, but very thankful for him. And we'll do a little segment on either Lost Records or on StrangeCast to talk about it more because obviously it is an inspiration for Lost Records because Michel's talked about it, and we'll go through it. So we'll do like a little book club segment. It's not asked for by sponsor for transparency. It's not asked for
Mhm.
sponsor, but I did say to Dimitri we would do it as well because we never asked for anything, but he did send it out of his own good free will as well for that, which is amazing for him to do that. And we can kind of tie it into the podcast. So just for very much an open transparency sake as well, he reached out to us and we were very, very grateful for him to do that as well. Obviously because Adam is really excited for it. And I'm actually interested in reading because after you sold it, kind of sold it to me when I was reading. I was like, what is this? And you were like, oh, what? And I'm like, and the book is gorgeous as well, by the way, as well. Like you were saying that the pages are really quite
They're
thin,
a
and
nice
then
fine thin page, like very like almost waxy, but not it's very satisfying to turn. So it's a
yeah,
very gorgeous book. So um yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah.
it's a beautiful book as well. The cover is absolutely gorgeous as well. On top of that, and I
Yes.
think Dimitri said it was a 25th anniversary as well for
Yeah.
that as
Came out
well,
in
which is just
2000.
passed as well.
Yeah.
He said he's got a book coming out later this year as well.
Oh,
The
yeah,
author,
no. Marksy is definitely like yeah, he's a pretty prominent author. Does the same kind of style of books. So like that's why I've never really picked up his books because I'm like I
yeah.
want more mental energy, but I am excited. I am excited to
Do you know?
dive into this.
But yeah, do you know what as well with that book as well? That probably gives you a lot of insight into like Michel and like obviously even
Mm,
Jean-Luc Cano. Because I remember Jean-Luc saying that Swann Holloway is a reference. I think it was some French book we talked about on the podcast. And it's like
mm,
you kind of think about it, like, hang on a minute, and they really it's not just David Lynch as the inspiration, like they
yeah.
take everything, don't they? So I'm actually looking forward to reading that book when it gets here as well, because I do want to see it because it's like it does
Mm,
look fascinating for a book and the ideas that it's doing. It's like, if it's infused with Lost Records, we'll definitely do that. And
yeah.
obviously, as well, thank you for the comment as well. Obviously, 1000 X Resist has been mentioned. Again, I think that's just another kind of sign of success within the industry of like games like Expedition 33, 1000 X
Yeah.
Resist. And I'm glad to see this as well because I hope that this is the renaissance of the video game industry with these kind of games. And these kind of studios making them. So always great. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, please leave your comments either on side A and side B. We'll try and take one from each side just to make it a bit easier to do the podcast. But obviously, leave your comments and we'll pick out the best one. And usually, rate, KJL
Ooh,
Kevin, you're not going to get on here.
I do want to say,
Oh,
1000 X Resist is on sale on Switch for $15
when
until
does that end?
June 10th.
Okay, so hopefully this comes out before then. I'm hoping
Yes.
it comes out. I'm going to say, I'm going to look at it later, but hopefully it comes out. So hopefully you have picked it up. It is on sale,
Yes.
so that. But yeah, I think we'll sign off here. Obviously, as I said, leave your comments in there. We'll pick out the best one for the next episode. We will do it from this episode. So when the next Lost Records Journal comes out, it won't be from the Amelia one. But again, thank you for watching that. Hopefully all the comments are pleasant and nice as well. And again, thank you for Abby for coming on and doing that as well. But yeah, stay tuned. Obviously, me and Adam have got a lot of things coming up this month, hopefully. Some exciting, because we can't talk about it yet, but hopefully keep an eye out for things. I'm just trying to work on things. It's a busy month. I can't confirm anything until it happens. But yeah, anyway, we'll wrap up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider dropping subscribe, turn notifications, like the video, share with your friends. If you do not subscribe, Demetri's not sending you a book. He's going to take your book away. When you buy House of Leaves, he's going to come running across and he's going to snatch out your hands and he's going to be like, no, and that's it.
He's
So
gonna
you
snatch
get
out
no
of
House of
hands and replace it with a video game, which nobody wants anymore.
Exactly. You get ET.
You get ET
content.
the game, yes.
That's what's going to happen. He's going to run into the landfill. He's going to pull an ET out and he's going to give it to you. You know what? There you
Yes.
go. Although I think they dug that landfill up. Either way, yes.
Yes.
But please do subscribe. Obviously, we're almost at 1,900 subscribers. We might even have hit that by the time we get to this, hopefully. But yeah, please do subscribe. And also as well, we are available on Spotify. We're available on Apple Podcasts with the Lost Records Journal. And yeah, please do rate us as well, because you boost our visibility and you get instant access to the episodes as soon as they become available. So we're going to sign off now. We'll be back. I don't know. Well, we'll be recording next weekend and we'll be back. I believe that will be StrangeCast. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys. See you later. Bye.
Later.